Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, the table below shows the weight in kilograms of 5 swimmers. What is the mean absolute deviation for this data? Okay, so we're looking for the mean absolute deviation. Okay, hopefully by now we know that it takes what? 3 steps, right, to do that? Very good. But before we say that, remember that mean has another word for those of you who said, well, I'd rather go with average. So that's good. Okay, if you want to find the average, you want to say average, by all means, go for it. Let's go ahead and go with the step one. So my step one is right here, right? So if you want to stop the video whenever you feel like it, I'm not gonna feel it. So let's go ahead and do step one. So step one says find the mean, which means find the average of my data. So what I need to do is I'm going to add up all my numbers. So I'm going to start with 51 and I'm going to add all of them. Okay, and the last one is 51, right? Then I am going to divide by how many numbers are in my data. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I divide by 5. Okay, so go ahead and add up those numbers. See what you guys get. Okay, so I have 259 divided by 5. Very good. Okay, so go ahead and do that, please. Divide 259 divided by 5, and we'll get 51.8. So this is the answer for step one. Okay, but that's not the answer yet, guys. Okay, I know it's already there, miss. I got the answer C. No, that's not it. That's step one. Let's do step two. Step two takes a little bit more time, so let's see if we can get it going. Okay, so did you see those little kind of like sticks on the side, the lines outside the numbers, right? Those lines means absolute value. This one right here, talking about that one and the one on the other side, right? Absolute value means that I'm not going to write down any answers as negative numbers, because basically what I'm trying to find is the distance between this number that is here and each one of these numbers on my data. Okay, so think about it. What's the distance between 51.8 and 51, right? So distance cannot be negative. And that's the reason why we use those absolute value symbols, okay? So that you remind yourself that this will always be positive, okay? So it's going to be 51 minus 51.8. And of course, that will give you 0.8. Then we go to the next one, 52 minus, same thing, right? 51.8, and we get 0.2. Then we do the same thing, 57 minus 51.8. I know it might seem like a lot of writing, but take your time to do this question. This is one of those questions that we should be getting it right no matter what. It's an easy one, right? So let's go ahead and subtract this, and I get a 5.2. Then we have 48 minus 51.8. And I know what you're going to say, miss, that gives me a negative number. Yes, but the absolute value symbols means just the number by itself. So that will be 3.8. Okay. Then we have 51 minus 51.8, which is the first one that we just did. So I don't even need to do it. I got the answer, 0.8. And those will be my answers for step two. That's not it. I need to do step three, right? So in step three, it looks like we are repeating step one, right? Because step three says find the mean for step two. So that means that what we're going to do is we're going to get all those numbers that I have. I am going to find the average for them. Okay, so let's start with the first one, 0.8. Right? And I'm going to add all of them. Okay, don't skip any of the numbers, guys. And even if the last one seems like you are repeating it, write it down. And then you're going to divide this by 5 because there's 5 numbers in your data, right? So go ahead and add them up. And we get what? 10.8 on the numerator. And you need to divide by 5, right? And what do you guys get? You get 2.16, right? And guess what? That is your answer now, okay? And that will be letter D. Very good. Okay, so quite a few steps, but you got this. This is an easy question, guys.